Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm going to show you what I did to improve my oven. You notice it still fits in the 32-ounce Ziploc container. Now, what I basically did was I lengthened the oven out 2 inches longer, so that I had basically, once the product is in there, I've got twice as much space to rise it. So the theory here is that we're going to be able to do a whole bag of one mix at a time instead of just half a bag. Now, how I did this was, before it only went down into like right there, and this wick indexed probably about like this. So what I did was, instead of using the wick to index it, I'm using this to index it. So without the wick there, it can go down inside all the way to the bottom, which gives me like 2 inches. And then this is just a stadium bottle, beer bottle spacer, and that goes in and holds it up there. The lid still fits, everything's still the same. So let me get this set up and get some water boiling, and we'll try to cook a whole bag of a cake or something. Probably a cake, because that's the easiest thing to start out with. Let's see how that works. Okay, I've got this all mixed up. Now, I'm not going to use a cupcake paper or anything. I'm going back to Tom's original way of doing it, because we're doing such a big amount here. Cupcake paper would not even begin to hold it all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right directly in the bag. In fact, I probably should have mixed it right in the bag like Tom originally did, but I've been mixing it in here so much that I totally forgot. But I think that's the way to do it, is to mix it right in the bag. Just put it in there, put the water in, and then just knead it right in the bag, and that will save you having to wash this out. Boy, I know this is all going to fit or not. This is a lot of batter, but we'll find out. That's what this is about. This is a learning experience. Stove's not really up to speed yet, but we'll put it in there, and it will be soon enough. Boy, that does give me a lot more room. I've got like that much room from the tips of my fingers. I've got like that much room for it to rise, and that might work. I don't know. I'm to wait and see, but I'm hoping that it's going to have room enough to rise without lifting the lid. Should be really interesting to find out. It's just fun stuff. So got this fueled up, and got the stopwatch going, and we'll see what happens. I'll let it cook for 22 minutes, and then we'll open it up and stick a toothpick in it, see how it looks, and should be fun, because if this turns out, we're going to have a whole lot to eat. It's going to be more than one person who's going to want it. Well, you know, some hikers know, but for me, yes. So I'll turn the camera back on when this is pretty much done. Okay, while this is cooking, I wanted to tell you, I moved the table 90 degrees from going this way, back around this way, to get away from my gear and give me a white background. And I wore something light colored, and I still had to stop the camera down one stop to get the right exposure. But I think, if you look at everything now, I don't think it's washed out anymore. At least when I did the test using the paper towel and magnified it, it appeared that I had somewhat near the right exposure, so it didn't wash out anymore. But after this is posted and you watch it, we'll know one way or the other. But that's my attempt right now, and I think you guys were right. I think the camera was being tricked by the dark background and was overexposing the highlights. So we'll see. I put too much water in here, and it drooled out over the top. I knew I had too much water, but hey, you know, live and learn. Another 10, 15 times, I'll catch on. Okay, it's been 22 minutes, and it's risen up quite a bit, but I can tell you right now that it's not done yet. Nope. It's got a ways to go, so we'll just keep going along, see what happens. Got all kinds of time. Okay, it's been 40 minutes and I've been checking it. It really takes a lot longer to cook a whole great big portion at one time than does just to cook one muffin. It takes twice as long. So let's put the flame out on this and see if we can get it out of here without burning our fingers and see what we got. Okay, let me move the camera and see if you can see it closer. Okay, now that's this is a fairly good sized portion here. It's that's more than I'd want to eat. I know it probably doesn't look that big from where you are, but believe me, it's a good amount to eat. Okay, I think you can see there that it's cooked all the way through. Looks pretty darn good to me, and that is, well, probably 3 times as much as we had before. So, let's see. So let me move the camera back here and we'll taste this and see how it is. Okay, this is the best part of the whole thing. This is when I get to eat it, which, you know, if I keep doing these videos, I'm going to look like Don DeLuise or something, because I'm telling you, that stuff's fattening, and I'm not out hiking or burning it off, so. It's a little better when you cook a big bunch of it at one time. It's a little bit different, a little moisture and a little better flavor. Don't know why. Maybe it's a time thing. But, wow. It's good. No problem at all. So now, I can cook an entire batch, one entire bag of this mix. I cooked this entire bag at one time. Took about 40 minutes and used 3 ounces of alcohol, which is a fair amount of alcohol, but, you know, it's a fair amount to eat too. And this all will pack down into a 32-ounce Ziploc container and weighs virtually nothing. So I think that's probably about as far as I'm going to go with the design. There's a couple of things I've got to order to make this come out right. This is not a Ziploc container. It's actually a container made by some other company, and it doesn't have the little insets on the side of it like the Ziploc. So these fit in a lot better and gives me a lot more room, so I've got to order some of these. I'm begging JJ for all of these cans I can get, and he probably will come across pretty soon. I've got some of them to build, but not a lot of them. And I'm kind of going to have to let the other things in the store just, you know, be sold out and stay sold out while I start building these ovens, because this is fairly labor intensive. I've got to build the bottom, the top ring, this ring here, fit the whole thing together, wrap it, make a lid, make the disc to the bottom. So it's a lot of work, and they're not going to be cheap. But that's my next project, is to make start out and do, you know, at least one of these every day. Maybe start out with 10 and then add a few every day. So that's where I am. I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, cook some really great meals out on the trail. Support the cult, www.minibowldesignCult.com, and more important than anything, have some cake and have a really great day. Bye-bye.